In response to our reporting on Fairview's police training facility being built in Hickman County, Diana Rocco is with us right now. So Diana, a candidate that's actually running for Hickman County mayor is calling for an independent review of how the project's moved forward.
That's right, Lauren. Terry Christie says she filed a formal complaint and open letter asking for an independent review of the permitting and oversight. Christie alleges Fairview moved the outdoor firing range into a Hickman County subdivision after pushback in Fairview. She says neighbors had little or no notice before construction started, and the questions the county's petition that agricultural zoning meant no public hearing was required. She's also asking both governments to preserve records and identify who signed off on permits and inspections, and says emergency legal action could be on the table. Fairview has not released the full plans publicly and has not answered our questions about the cost or site selection. Residents are holding a public meeting Sunday at the East Hickman Community Center about all of this. It starts at 4 p.m.